Hello everybody and welcome to round 12 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. It's the MXGP of Indonesia and we are at the Rocket Motor Circuit in Samota, Sumbawa. And it's the first time here and the first time you'll get to see the track or anything to do with it is right here on our live studio show, whether you're watching on MXGP-TV, on Facebook or on our YouTube channels, of course. My name's Paul Malin. No Lisa this weekend. Apparently she's getting married this weekend, well on Tuesday, so she wouldn't have made it back in time. So all the best with the wedding, Lisa, and to you, Ben. If you are watching, I doubt you are though today. But on our live show today, we've got Kai de Wolf, Romain Febvre and Hans Corvers coming in to talk to us. And before the clouds came over, I was thinking today's game show was all going to be about how to fry an Englishman and his guests, because the sun here, 35 degrees, but we've got cloud cover and I'm quite thankful for that. But let's crack on with the show. Kai de Wolf, good to see you. 10th in points at the moment, but that doesn't really reflect what you've been doing in the championship, because obviously you've had some good rides, but just a couple of injuries and things like that.
Yeah, I had some problems with some injuries. I got hit by a car the Thursday before Sardinia, so yeah, actually we just finished riding and then I went for a recovery ride and then I got hit on my bicycle, so yeah, it was a big impact, and with that impact I broke my hand, so yeah, really disappointed about that, because I was like 4th in the championship, only a few points behind 3rd. So it was, yeah, it was a big disappointment.
And that was in Holland, where cycling is supposed to be safe?
Yeah, it was just over the border in Lommel actually, and I was just on the cycling path, and the other, yeah, the car came from the other side, and he had to cross the cycling path to get into his house, and yeah, he didn't see me and just hit me. So yeah, it was a big impact.
We did miss those 3 rounds because of that hand injury. We saw you back in Germany. How was it there? Because it seemed like anything that could go wrong did go wrong. Obviously, you crashed in the qualifying race. You crashed in the first turn on the outside in race 1. One of those weekends. And I know you weren't supposed to come back until this one. So were you kind of almost like thinking, man, we should have waited until this one? Or are you glad that you got that one out of the way?
I don't know. It was a really difficult weekend for me. I was actually the whole weekend a little bit sick. Had some problems with the stomach. So that also didn't help. I didn't have much energy both motos, and I had to came from out of the top, yeah, 20 it was. So especially the first moto, crashed in the first turn, and then I had to came from like, yeah, all the way back. Yeah. So yeah, it was a tough weekend. The last 10 minutes in both motors were really hard for me. But yeah, now we fit again. So let's see what we can do this weekend.
Well, you've had 2 podiums this year so far. The first one coming in Mantova, Lombardia. You seemed a little bit disappointed with it, because I know there was that last lap incident, was it in race 1 or race 2 with Langenfelder?
Yeah.
Is that why you were kind of annoyed, because you finished 3rd, could have been 2nd, lost some points?
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. It was actually just a stupid mistake for myself. I left the door open in the right-hander, and then left-hander I wanted to came back on him. It was actually like, yeah, down the hill here, then you go right, left.
Yeah, we're not going to show that, but obviously we're just showing how well you were riding at this point.
Yeah, but actually, like, I felt really good. Yeah, also my riding was really good. But yeah, it was just a stupid mistake, and otherwise I could have been 2nd on the podium, which went to Adamo now. But yeah, I was trying a lot of things. Like here, you can see the track was really sketchy, but yeah, I was feeling really good on the bike. So actually, I've been feeling really good all season on the bike. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with my riding.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned it there. Obviously, you felt really good. I was going to say, beginning of the season before Argentina, let's say, and even in the pre-season races, you know, winning all the pre-season races, or, you know, certainly up there, and then, you know, you were pretty much in the top 3 most of the time in those few races. So you were happy with the way you're riding. Did you change anything in the winter? In terms of fitness and maybe working harder, or is it just you getting older and more stronger?
I think it's me getting older. I'm only 17 still, so yeah, I still have a long time, and compared to the other guys, they're like 20, 21. So yeah, I think it's also a lot physically. So, but I'm getting stronger every year, let's say. So yeah, this winter we also worked really hard together with Rowan. I think I had one of my best winters together with him. We were doing motos together in Red Sand, and yeah, we were putting down a lot of motos. So it worked out pretty good, and then, yeah, what you said, I felt really good until Argentina. Then I had a massive crash in Argentina, which knocked me out, and yeah, that was a difficult time also then. Had 1 weekend off after that, but yeah, I really needed that 2 weeks to recover from the headache and the concussion. So yeah.
Well, you have had another podium, Lombardia. I think it was your first hard pack podium in MX2 because you're the ones all coming in sand. Obviously, happy with the conditions there. Did you like the new layout? Because we ran the opposite way around in Trentino this year. Do you prefer the other way, or were you happy with how it rode?
I was happy with how it was now. I really liked it because, yeah, it was a little bit more slower and a little bit more technical. So, yeah, as you can see, like this section is also a little bit more slow. Down the hill, you got some deeper bumps and stuff. So, yeah, I really enjoyed riding the track like this, and there was kind of more passing opportunities like this, I felt like.
Well, obviously, this is all, you know, sort of earlier on in the season.
Yeah.
You've been building since then. We know you had your bicycle crash and that unfortunate hand injury. But we were in Germany last weekend, 2 weekends ago, for the Liqui-Moly MXGP of Germany at Teufenthal. 11:11. Yes, you'd not been on the bike for some weeks. You know, overall, whilst I know you probably would have wanted better results, were you pleased that you got that race out of the way and that you were able to line up and sort of see where you're at again?
Yeah, I think it was good that we lined up there. Then we knew what we had to work on those 2 weeks because, yeah, what I said, I felt a little bit sick and I didn't really feel it before the weekend, but then as soon as we started the weekend, I didn't feel good at all. So yeah, we knew what was wrong and we worked on that, and also physically we're back again. So yeah, pretty looking forward for this weekend.
Well, obviously we're at a new venue, as I said, Samota Sumbawa, which is about 1,500 kilometers east of Jakarta for those who are interested, just a couple of islands along from Bali. It's pretty warm, it's humid, we've got a bit of a breeze today,
yep,
which is obviously going to help, but jet lag, we're about 6 hours ahead of European time. How have you been dealing with that? Are you allowed to take sleeping pills? Have you just, you know, sleeping different times? How are you dealing with that?
No, I didn't took any pills or something, but yeah, it's quite difficult because it's, for me, actually the first time that we have a lot of yeah, like
time difference.
Argentina wasn't too bad. Actually, in Argentina, I didn't really have problems with it.
When you go backwards in time, it's always easier because even if you don't sleep on the plane, you can still wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Whereas here, if you sleep at the wrong time, it's going to be in the afternoon and too late. So you have to think about how you adjust.
But it's, yeah, it's what you said. It's quite difficult for me because it's the first time, so I don't know really what to do. For sure, Rasmus knows, so he gave me some tips. But yeah, it's difficult. I woke up this morning again at 5 o'clock, so yeah, it's an early morning, but yeah, I think it's not too bad.
All right, I'm just taking a look around. We have got our second guest in, so Kai de Wolf, Nestaan, Husqvarna Factory Racing, thanks for joining us. All the best this weekend. How's the track ride, by the way?
It's pretty good. It's a little bit sandy, so yeah, I'm looking forward to start racing on this track, and I think it can be a nice track to race, yeah.
All right, well, look, thanks for joining us. All the best this weekend. We're in the second half of the season. Hopefully the luck turns around, and we'll wish him the best this weekend. Our second guest is in position. Before we meet Romain Febvre, let's see what happened 2 weeks ago. Here's some action from MX2 Race 2, the Liqui-Moly MXGP of Germany at Teufenthal. The racetrack here had a little bit of water on the track. It'd been prepped overnight, so it was a little bit fluffy and some nice ruts were developing, but all eyes on the battle between the top two in the championship because Tom Vial arrived here with an 11-point lead over Jargo Kietz. So the question was, would Tom Vial extend that lead? Would Jargo Kietz close up? What about the rest of the guys? It's Vial again, a bike length clear. Nestaan in second, Adamo number 18 third, Kietz in fourth, and then the second rider in red, the homeboy Langenfelder. But an early challenge for the lead coming here, just as we saw on lap 1 a week ago in France. Vial all the way to the outside, no return there, Nestaan leads. Kietz needs to strike. He needs to strike now. Can he do it at the end of this next race? Adamo knows he's there. He's had a cheeky look to the inside. Jargo Kietz this time goes the long way round over the finish line jump. Can he put the squeeze on Adamo? Yes, he can. Kietz now up into third. .516 goes around the outside of Adamo, moves up into fourth place. Looks like he's got a little bit more fire in his belly. Vial stalls the bike at the top of the hill, but that looks terminal. He can't get it fired up. Tom Vial out of second position, and is he out of the race? He had 14 points going into this race, but he cannot fire that Red Bull machine up. There is nothing more Vial can do. Hart can't get over the inside, but he will have the commanding line here, and Hart will move into third. Kids on 460. Vial 8 points behind him in the championship. The championship lead will change hands today once again if things stay as they are. Mo Beneston, Monster Energy Yamaha, wins race 2 here in Germany, and he takes the overall Grand Prix victory for the first time in his career. Fans appreciate the efforts of Simon Langenfelder, 5th overall this weekend with a 9th and a 4th. The overall classification belongs to Thibaut Beneston, a 3rd and a 1st to pick up 45 points, one more than the new championship leader and teammate Jargo Kiert. Tom Vial, big disappointment for him. He was victorious in race 1, a mechanical technical issue in race 2 robbed him of certainly a 2nd place or a 3rd place. 3rd overall, Mikkel Hara back on the podium, Big Van World MTX Kawasaki. 2nd overall, Jargo Kiert, Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MX2. But it's his teammate at Monster Energy Yamaha, Thibaut Beneston, who will eventually and finally stand on the top step of the podium here in Germany. But Antonio Aliaputella, the FIM CMS director, hands the championship leader's red plate to Jargo Kiert. He's back in control of the MX2 championship as we head to Indonesia. Hello everybody, welcome back to our live studio show here on MXGP-TV.com with me flying solo this weekend, Paul Malin only for 1 week only. But our second guest is in the house, or on the podium here outside, Romain Febvre, Kawasaki racing team. And Romain, good to see you, finally back last weekend or 2 weekends ago in Germany. But just really, really briefly, you've had a long time off the bike. For those who don't know, or for those that are new to racing, you picked up an ankle injury in November. And there were some complications after that. Just why was it so long to get back?
Yeah, I got injured in Supercross, and then so I broke my tibia and fibula, which my fibula was, I had the plate before, and it broke just on top of the plate and just in one piece, so that was easy to fix. But the problem was the tibia. I had it was really bad broke, and like in 10 pieces or something like this. So they could fix more or less everything together. But after 3.5 months, I had a control with the doctor, and then they saw that it was not healing everywhere. So I need they take the hip, the bones from my hip, and place graft there. So actually it started again for almost 2 months, and so I wasn't riding for 6 months overall. It's been really long, tough, but now we are back. So that's the principle.
Was it good to be back to the day job in Germany? Just freedom of getting out of the house, leaving the kids and the wife?
Not really, because they was there too. So not so much. But no, I mean, it was good to be back racing. For sure, I wasn't, and I'm still not ready as I should be. But before Germany, I had only 2.5 weeks riding, and still even now, dealing a little bit with some pain and stuff, but it's getting better. It's not getting worse, so that's the positive things. And I try to, I think with my experience, I can manage the race. It's what I did in Germany, because I was really not fit, and I feel like to ride that speed, I could not hold the moto, but somehow I could manage it and did some good results. So now looking forward for at least the same, and then after the break, after Indonesia, hopefully I will be better.
Okay. Well, your first race back was the qualifying race on Saturday in Germany. You came away 6th there. Were you pleased with the speed, and were you quite surprised that you were able to just jump straight back in and be so well placed?
Not really. Actually, about the result, I really didn't
care. Like, it was good, but just my feeling Saturday was obviously horrible. Like, I wasn't feeling anything on the track, and I knew it because also Germany, it's a tough track to get the flow. But yeah, I was, let's say, looking good from outside, but I was really suffering, like, about physical condition, and also
we call that ring rusty. You know, like a boxer when he's not been in the ring for a long time.
Yeah, that was the things. But yeah, sure, about the result, we was more than happy. But yeah, feeling was not really great.
But obviously, having got that race out of the way, I guess you then felt a little bit more relaxed going into race 1 on Sunday. You started 3rd, you finished 4th. Did you have a better feeling in that first race than you did on Saturday in the qualifying race? Because I assume that you were maybe not nervous, but just a little tense with it being your first race back, because you can ride and train, but there's no substitute for being behind the gate, is there? So more relaxed on Sunday in the race?
Yeah, I was more. I had more feeling Sunday, sure, but that was pretty good. But just I was suffering with my physical condition. I end up the race. I don't know how, but I was really exhausted after the race, both races actually. Yeah. But I managed still to do some good results, so it was not bad.
How long do you think you need before you're up to scratch? You just said a moment ago, get away from here and maybe do some work before Locketts, which I know is a track you like. But the hard work starts now, so how long do you think it will be before you are where you need to be, do you think, challenging for, let's say,
podium and stuff, or race win? It's hard to say, because obviously now I try to manage the pain also, because I still feel some pain. So I think till I feel that, I'm not really 100% confident. So it kind of like stopped me to push at some point. It's hard to say. And to catch 6 months out of the bike, it's not, if you have 1 or 2 more weeks, you do almost not so many jobs. So I will see. I just try to reach my level as last year, but I still have many races to do it. The goal is to be like there at the end of the year. I don't want also to put like too much pressure on myself to say, in Locket, I like the track. It's in maybe in 1 month now. I can be good. I just take it how it is and try to deal between the pain and the training.
Yeah, and obviously we're at a brand new track here in Indonesia. When people arrived yesterday and the day before, everyone was wow. What's it like to ride? You've just had free practice. Is it still wow?
Yeah, it's still wow. No, I mean, we all are surprised about the track, obviously. They make really big jobs here. And they have the good machine too, so obviously track is looking really awesome, and to ride also here the temperature and humidity are pretty high, so it's good because the track is quite easy to ride, and you get some flow directly on the track, so it's not so physically demanding, which is good with the temperature. So hopefully we can have some good racing here.
Yeah, and you've normally performed well in these overseas. I remember in MX2 in Thailand 1 year you got a second. You've won a qualifying race. You've been 2nd and 3rd overall in past Indonesian Grand Prix. So the heat doesn't bother you coming over here with jet lag and things like that. You're okay with?
Yeah, normally with I mean we are all suffering about the heat, but no, I don't get any problem normally, extra problem with that. So I like, and obviously it's not that hot. Yeah. It's just the humidity now that we feel, but it's not that hot, so it should be hopefully not too bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, I'm hoping our next guest is here. I can't see him at the moment, but we'll cut to the break anyway. But Romain Febvre. Have a great weekend. Hopefully the second half of the season is good for you, and we see you on the podium on a regular basis. Romain Febvre. Right, before we meet our final guest, Hans Corvers, let's see what happened in the Liqui Moly MXGP of Germany. Here's MXGP Race 2. The green flag down the front from our FIM race director, Mr. Ingo Parch. Fly Racing, 15-second board up for the final time today. MXGP Race 2 here, the Liqui Moly MXGP of Germany. And it's Siwa who leads and grabs the foxhole shot for the first time this year. Jeremy Siwa. Tim Geiser gets around the outside of Prado, moves into second position and immediately goes after Jeremy Siwa. Jonas and also Fernandez had problems there as well. So over on the right hand side, he's alongside Fernandez. I think they hit here. Watch this. He gets pushed over onto the right hand side, lands in now, but look, even Fernandez almost into the back of Prado. Koldenhoff looks to go down the inside, and he does. He makes light work of the German and moves into 8th place. Here's Tim Geiser. He's now 7.4 seconds. And he's definitely dialed it down. He looks like he's going to play second fiddle to Jeremy Siwa in the second race here in Germany. He knows he's going to be on the top step of the podium with the first and the second. Jeremy Siwa rounds out the final turn here at the Liqui Moly MXGP of Germany. He wins race 2 and takes second overall. Third overall this weekend, Jorge Prado. Second overall, Jeremy Siwa. Lots of home support for this Swiss rider. Tim Geiser, Team HRC on the top step of the podium, a first and a second. Tim Geiser keeps hold of the red plate, and he's extended his lead to 101 points now over his nearest rival. Hello everybody and welcome to our final part in the live studio show here on MXGP-TV.com with me, Paul Malin, where my final guest is in. Hans Corvers, the team owner from Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MX2. Hans, great to see you here. Before we start talking about your riders in general, as a neutral, MX2 has been so exciting this year. As a team owner and a team manager, I guess it's been anything but that because there's so much happening. The lead has changed, I think, 6 times this year between Jago and Tom. Mm-hmm. It's probably a bit of a heart attack for you at some points.
Yeah, it's almost and quite the same as last year. Yeah. The only difference was that last year it was between 2 teammates, yeah. 2 riders of our team, Maxime and Jago, but now it's from another brand, Tom and Jago, so it's really excited, and it's strange to see that we do that 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Well, as I said, the championship leaders red plate has changed hands 6 times now. They've had it 3 times each. Tom and Jago. Jago holds it coming into round 12. We've got 8 rounds to go. Focus has to be a priority now, doesn't it? You can't really afford any more slip-ups, any little issues.
Yes, it's true. So, but I have one remark on that. Until 2 GPs ago, for me, and I think for all the crew, they were with 2 riders, Tom and Jago. Since 2 GPs, they are not with 2 anymore. They are with 3.
Yeah.
Why I tell this? Because Thibaut is growing week by week. Yeah. We saw that the last GP in Germany. So, yeah, It can be an adventure, but it can be also a bad thing. So they are at 3 now.
Well, for Jago, 10 podiums, 3 Grand Prix victories. Italy, I think his last GP was Italy in Maggiora. We have it here. You know, he's been very consistent this year, though, hasn't he? As I said, we've had 11 rounds, 10 podiums. That's the best season he's had so far.
Yeah.
But he has to be, doesn't he, if he's going to be a title contender?
Yeah. Jago changed against previous years. He changed also his training schedule from this winter. He changed a few things. I don't want to go too deep in that detail, but it seems that it works out. And also everybody could see that in many GPs, Jago was the fastest. But on the end, there happened always something, and you have to finish it. Yeah. You have to make it all together. But many times he showed second heat, lap 12 or 13, the fastest lap of the day. So he's in shape, he's all good, but some missing things. But it go week by week, it becomes better. So it will be a battle until the end.
And obviously this Grand Prix came a week after he went 1-1 in Latvia. How's he feeling coming into this weekend? Have you had a chance to see him? Because I know you only arrived a short while ago. I guess you speak to him on a regular basis. Is he feeling okay?
Yes. Both riders feeling okay. Jago, he told me last week that in Deutsche Italy he didn't have that good feeling. He rested a little bit more between Germany and now because it
listen to the body.
Yes, listen to the body, and that's also something that it changed until before. Yeah, he changed also from doctor, and in my eyes, they have also a good doctor now. So, yeah, he listened to the body, and he's okay now.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago in Germany, Thibaut Beneston got his first, not his first podium, his first Grand Prix victory in his MX2 career. I mean, 3-1, and obviously for the team as well, you took the red plate with Jago, but what a fantastic performance from him. And it was a week after he'd won his first race of the season as well in France on home. So he obviously went there with a lot of confidence, and it showed in his overall performance in Germany, I think.
When we were talking about Thibaut, I have to say last year, you know that he was European 1-5, European 250 champion, so then you know there was something in the body.
Last year, he had race wins last year as well.
Yeah, but last year as rookie in an MX2, we don't may forget the focus was on Jago and Maxime. Yeah. But Thibaut, he was 4th place. Yeah. He won the heat, the second heat in Maggiora, and he was on the 4th place as rookie. Yeah. Before he broke the knee, the ACL, he missed the last 3 GPs and he dropped down to 8. But normally he was battling for the 3rd place. For sure, he was in top 5 last year. We don't may forget. So after the injury, it was a difficult winter. He could start training late, and he missed the first 3 GPs this year. Yeah. And now he's coming week by week, and we know he's a potential.
Well, as you said, he missed the first 3 GPs. Fantastic performance here. He shows that he's kind of, you know, after missing those 3 GPs, he's back to where he believes he should be, and you know, he showed he really, really wants it as well. You know, 2 race wins now, back-to-back podiums, and obviously a Grand Prix win. Guy, you know, for those who doubted him, and if they did, why? But he is the real deal.
Yeah. The week before France GP, his home GP, he said to me, Hans, I wanna win very soon a GP. He didn't say I want to win Sunday in France, but he said I want to win and I will win very soon a GP. I was thinking, Thibaut, then you have to beat the 2 fastest one. But he did, and he's growing. He has so much confidence. So yeah.
Confidence. I was about to mention that before we disappear. After winning that race in France and then arriving in Germany, did you see a difference between those 2 races, those 2 rounds, where from having won a race, not just any race, a home race, and then arriving in Germany, was he just like a little bit taller and like, now I'm ready, now I'm...
Yes, after France, that he did a great job in France. He showed perfect race. So it was like there was some pressure from him in shoulder. And this you saw already in Germany, especially second heat. First heat he battled 10 laps with Jago. That second heat he was amazing. He was so fast. So we will see. It's gonna be tough because to ending this they are now with 3, not with 2 anymore.
Yeah. Well, look, we are out of time. Hans Corvers, thanks for joining us. Before we go, though, just to let everybody know that coming up later today, 3:15 local time, we will be back live on MXGP-TV with our MX2 qualifying race, and a few minutes after that, the MXGP qualifying race. And, of course, all of the action from midday local time here, and I think we're 6 hours ahead of Europe, 7 on the UK, and set your clocks wherever else you are in the world. But that's it. We've got the MXGP of Indonesia coming up this weekend, round 12. Hopefully you can join us for that tomorrow. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.